You know, I considered doing this video yesterday, but I think on the Sabbath, it might have been just a little bit too much on the hook nose. But Kanye West, he's kind of at it again when it comes to the Jews out there, and I don't know what he's actually doing. Like, this guy's kind of a little bit hit and miss. I just think that it's overall funny, because does anybody think he's going to go ahead and resuscitate the Fourth Reich? I don't think so, okay? He's just kind of having a moment. He's coming to grips with his current grasp on reality, and it's not quite as elegant as you might have hoped, but we'll see, right? Because the last time he had an anti-Semitic rant really was, not all that much. At least in my opinion, because we looked at, the actual words and came to a reasoned conclusion, but apparently he's attacking the Jewish media, which, I don't know, how many Steensbergs and other merchants at the top of these companies do you need to take a look at and realize, there sure is a pattern here. And the Jewish control of the black voice in the latest anti-Semitic rant. Okay, interesting. Weird take that you have here, but we'll see where he's going, because a headline can often be misleading. Kanye West went on another anti-Semitic rant this weekend. If he would have done it on Friday or Sunday, he wouldn't have had any opposition because they go dark on those days. He targeted what he called the Jewish media. You got to make a joke about it, and then nobody will take you seriously. While blaming Jews for a host of other ills in life. During his recent interview on Revolt TV's Drinks Champs podcast, that's a bunch of words that I have no idea what it's about. It was hosted by rapper Noriega, okay, Knore, yeah, and DJ ENF. West ranted about how the Jewish media has silenced him from speaking out. Yeah, because it was all fine. He was all fine and dandy and good, and he got elevated when he was taking shots at the right, but ever since he's changed his tune about it, oh boy, this guy's getting canceled left, right, and center for using the same weapons he was beforehand. Hell, he didn't even have to hip check a little white girl off the stage in order to get his point across. But one way to thoroughly debunk that it isn't a Jewish cabal up at the top is start going after the guy day after day after day whenever he says Jew. Okay, cool. Could you even really run this interview? Because Mav didn't run my interview. You know what I'm saying. They blocked me out. The Jewish media blocked me out. This shit lit, right? I'm lit, right? I'm lit. JP Morgan. I put $140 million in JP Morgan, and they treated me like shit. So if JP Morgan Chase is treating me like that, how are they treating the rest of y'all? Is that really the Jewish media, or is that the Jewish banks? Like, what are we talking here? You're kind of crossing the streams here, Kanye. As Breitbart News reported last week, JP Morgan Chase severed its ties with the rapper Kanye West before he issued his anti-Semitic tweets in which he vowed to go DEFCON 3. Yeah, what the fuck is that? Still haven't got clarification on that. And even still, that's one block of text taken out of full context, but I don't see anything anti-Semitic in that other than just saying Jewish. Like, okay, nothing really anti-Semitic about it at all. He's just pointing out, I don't know. Because who's the CEO of JP Morgan Chase? I'm going to go ahead and look this up. CEO of JP Morgan Chase is a guy named Jamie Dimon. Apparently, he's got a bit of a Greek streak running through him. So if he wanted to be on point when it comes to this stuff, he could have made a butt fucking reference or something like that. Or being bald and hairy. Like, if he really wanted to take shots at somebody's ancestry. I don't know. I think he's just dragging the meme out for as long as possible. Ow. No, whatever. Oh, there he is right there. The CEO. See, could have just waited a little bit. Anyways, I'm moving my money from JP Morgan and over to Bank of America. Yes, because I'm sure there's no Jews in the Bank of America. Possibly because I go and I move $140 million over to JP Morgan and CEO Jamie Dimon never calls me, West says. Yeah, that's pretty profound. That's fairly significant. Somebody who's such a high-profile client like Kanye West just decides to up and leave your company like that, and somebody who has a pretty obvious stake in keeping your funds there doesn't even want to place a phone call, doesn't even want to have somebody contact you on his behalf. A little interesting, okay. I find out Jing Ulrich is one of the heads of the board at Adidas and one of the heads of the board at JP Morgan. Oh, okay. See, there's a little bit of crossover. He's talking about specific people here. He's not talking about the entire Jewish population, so you got to be specific here. And then they've already treat me a certain way with Adidas. It doesn't matter how much money you move over there. Okay, now, even still, like, he might be Jew. I don't really care about this stuff. See, this stuff, like, I don't think about this type of stuff on a daily basis, and neither do actual fucking billionaires. But when these creative types are pushed to the limit and Kanye's a little bit goofy, they'll start digging down. But his message would be resonating with more people if he wouldn't dig in on one specific characteristic. That's totally his choice to do this, okay? If he thinks that it's a big cabal that's up at the top. And it's weird because that's kind of a thing that's around a lot of rappers too. Like even ones that I like Ice Cube, he was sharing that one meme or painting or something like that that's apparently anti-Semitic as well. And just kind of looked like a critique of capitalism. Like, I don't really know anything about that, but whatever. I don't want to be the boy who cried oy vey, so just point to the money lender and call him out. It doesn't really fucking much matter. But this one looks maybe a little bit more scathing. Maybe we'll actually get to the anti-Semitism here. In another section of the interview with Revolt TV, West perpetrated another anti-Semitic trope by suggesting that Jewish people control the black voice. I thought that was Korean shop owners too that controlled the flow of black money as well, and keeping them out of their corner stores, or the white man keeping them down. Man, I didn't realize that there were so many inter-party conflicts here between the blacks and other populations. Maybe at some point in the other. You got to realize that there's one common denominator in these situations. Anyways, I respect what the Jewish people have done. Oh, see there, look at nothing anti-Semitic. All right, next story. No, just kidding. Have done and how they brought their people together. You know, they come into money through the lawyers. Oh boy, after Wall Street, when all the Catholics they wouldn't divorce people, so the Jewish people came in and they were willing to divorce people, and that's when they came into their money. Weird. That's one interpretation of how wealth gets transferred, but okay. West also repeated sentiments shared by black Hebrew Israelites. Oh yes, Farrakhan has entered the chat, claiming that black people are the darker Jews. I'd imagine there's probably dark Jews that are out there. Not like that, but like that. And that they are a part of the lost tribes of Israel. Preach, brother, preach. They're on the corner in New York City, or at least they were at one point or another. I've already pushed it to the limit with so many different jokes out there, and I don't even need to continue about who's actually on the street corners and how they look like the black Hebrew Israelites. Anyways, oh, look it, and just made it. Anyways, we're Jewish also. We're from Africa also. We're the blood of Christ. We're not just black. Okay, cool. You could also extrapolate that out. And again, not finding the anti-Semitism here, other than there's, a disproportionate amount of Jewish lawyers that are out there. Like, this is a real big reach right now, okay? Like, I know the Daily Wire is pretty segmented over this stuff for very obvious reasons, but you really, really have to be fucking soft in order to see the Jewish hatred that's there. Like, obviously, you got some fucking people that are in there simping, saying, oh, he's anti-Semitic, just like the same people who were saying, please don't criticize our queen, Sydney Watson, for fat shaming. She's doing the Lord's work. Oh, you bunch of simps make me fucking sick. More on her in the second video. But Kanye West wasn't done on that interview right there. He was talking George Floyd. Oh, what? Now everybody's starting to come around because he's making some salient points on this? It's almost like if somebody's right about something, okay, maybe you should, instead of just letting your biases come in and cloud certain things, maybe you should take a look at everything in totality before you jump to conclusions. Imagine that. George Floyd's family may sue Kanye West for claiming death was an overdose. Well, if you take a look at one of the coroner's reports, one of the three that were out there, two of them were indeterminate, and one of them said, oh, he died of asphyxiation, brought upon by fentanyl. So how can you sue over the truth? Not too sure about that one. George Floyd's family just doesn't have enough money. Have they gone through those millions and millions of dollars that have been afforded to them by the did they get a payout from the Minneapolis Police Department? Because I know they got it from the city of Minneapolis too, and that was, I think, about 8 digits, or was Ben Crump's take about 70%, and that everybody in the extended Floyd family got a pretty delicious take, because it seems like they're being a little litigious about this situation. Just good luck actually suing him, but they might just file some frivolous lawsuit and then he'll just settle it for peanuts on the dollar. But yes, they may sue Kanye West for suggesting Floyd's brutal caught on camera. Wow. When was the Chauvin trial? It was like 18 months ago at this point. Okay, wow. How history can be warped in a blink of an eye. Interesting. Yes, but it was brutal, caught on camera, death under the knee of a murderous... Who the fuck wrote this shit? Lee Brown. Oh my god, oy vey. The murderous cop was really a fentanyl overdose. Well, brings up some good points. While one cannot defame the dead, the family of George Floyd is considering suit for Kanye's false statements about the manner of his death. Attorney Lee Merritt confirmed late Sunday, claiming Floyd died of a fentanyl, not the brutality of an established criminally and civilly undermines and diminishes the Floyd family's fight. Oh, cool, so we're just going to go ahead and establish another protected class. It wasn't so much that that guy got a golden casket, 3 funerals fit for a fucking king, that nobody's allowed to criticize old Fentanyl Floyd out there. Unfucking believable. Oh, of course. Merritt said that the members of Floyd's family contacted me distraught over the reprehensible remarks. Did you hear what he said about the Jews recently? Oh no. That Kanye shared during hours-long interview with the Drink Champs podcast Sunday. Wow, they must have got a lot of fucking heat for this podcast. Like, God. Congratulations, you guys got a fucking banger episode right there. During that boozy chat, West, now using the name Yee, said he was inspired by watching The Greatest Lie Ever Sold, the documentary about Black Lives Matter by Candace Owens, whom the rapper modeled his controversial White Lives Matter t-shirts with. Yes, exactly. And Candace Owens has been talking about and discussing the lengths that she went with that documentary for a long time, and I'd have to get fully catched up on all of it. But she actually went down, okay? She went when she was noticeably pregnant, by the way, okay? And went to talk with the former, I think, roommates of George Floyd and the family members of George Floyd as well. So I'm calling a little bit of cap on Lee Merritt here, saying that the family called over distraught, okay, in order to shake some pockets. Because Candace Owens went down there and talked with the people, okay, that were actually closest to Floyd about everything that went down. Don't know what her findings ultimately were. I haven't watched a documentary or anything like that. I'd be interested in seeing it, but I'm not paying Ben Shapiro anything for obvious reasons. No, just kidding. I don't like Ben Shapiro. And it has nothing to do with his funny little Frisbee hat. They hit him with the fentanyl, West insisted, of the May 2020 death of 46-year-old dad. Oh, Floyd. Oh, he was probably very involved in kids' lives. Just like just like the kid, the mother, that he held a knife to her stomach while his friends stole a bunch of shit from her apartment. Yeah, he's a very good guy. Definitely didn't have a history of doing those exact same things by just taking the drugs, putting them under his tongue, and then just trying to make a big scene about the situation. Yeah, no, exactly. Did anybody look at the toxicology report? It's a pretty obvious conclusion that you could come to if you're being honest. If you look, the guy's knee wasn't even on his neck like that. That is true. That was established during the criminal trial as well, that it was on the back, on the neck sometimes, and then off the back. Okay, it wasn't on there for the full 8 minutes and flurf seconds. Okay, and also it was kind of a part of the Minneapolis Police Department's training protocol to use that hold that was there, and it wasn't even being applied properly to Chauvin. But hey, you do you, Lee, whatever the fuck your name is, who wrote this motherfucker. Anyways, Derek Chauvin, who was later convicted of murder. Which one? First-degree murder? No. That's what Maxine Waters was calling for when she was there. But no. Second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. Second-degree manslaughter, third-degree regardless, Chauvin's doing 20 in Fed Pen, okay? He also dismissed Floyd's emotive cries for his mother. It was actually for his girlfriend, and their pet name was Mama, and he's done that a bunch of different times. But, okay. Which was captured in onlookers' harrowing videos. Oh, God, could this guy simp for a dead criminal any fucking harder? God, this makes me sick to my stomach, because we looked at the facts. I got the old fucking videos. Well, pinned to the ground by 4 cops. 4 cops pinned to the ground? There were 4 cops there. 2 were on crowd control. 1 had his legs. Chauvin's knee on his neck. Well, from one perspective. Okay, from the highly publicized picture that's out there, it was right on his neck. But if you take a look at a different angle of the exact same situation, it was more or less between his shoulder blades. But tomato, right? Oh yeah, see, right there. Yep, just like that one. Right there on his neck. That's why you can perfectly articulate his cries that were out there. Yeah, choked him out, right? Said he screamed for his mama. Mama was his girlfriend. It's in the documentary. See? Yeah, no, my memory's pretty good. Okay. So's Kanye, even though he's a couple of pints in, I guess. Said Yee, who called himself Moses out here, and the new Godfather Michael Corleone. Oh, okay, cool. Oh my God, I've made jokes about that a couple of different times, how they're eventually going to make a black remake of Godfather. That'd be kind of funny, though. Like, we're in such a clown world in this point in time. If it was just going to be the extended West family redoing the Corleone story, that would be fucking hilarious. hilarious. Anyways, Chauvin, who kept his knee on Floyd's neck even after he'd gone limp. Yeah, after he overdosed. Also had tried to blame drugs found in Floyd's symptoms for his death. Yeah, him and one of the toxicologists, those bigots. However, the medical examiner and a flurry of experts all made it clear that the cause of death was a lack of oxygen. Caused by what exactly? Oh, okay. And compression to Floyd's neck. And compression. Yes, a lack of oxygen in his system. Even though if you watched the film, you'd know that he was still yelling and talking most of the time. Anyways, oh my god, seriously? You're gonna do that? You're gonna do that instead of one of the mugshots or one of the other pictures or one of the other video stills that are out there of him being pulled over for other crimes as well and then flopping around? Oh, okay, cool. Chauvin I don't care about this. Just get back to what Kanye West was talking about. Activist Lance Cooper, I don't know who this motherfucker is, okay? Was among many who said that Floyd family should sue Kanye just like Sandy Hook family sued Alex Jones. There it is. There it is. I didn't even know that was coming in, but I'm so glad it's there because when I was talking about the Alex Jones stuff and so many people think that, no, it's just going to be a one-off thing, okay? It's not like they're establishing a very terrible precedent that's there. No, exactly. Use Alex Jones once again as the fucking test case in order to just silence people. Kick them all the way off of big tech. Deplatform them from banks. Deperson these motherfuckers. So that's why Kanye West, one more story for Kanye West today. Dude's buying Parler. I like Parler. I really like Parler. The fact that it died is unceremonious and terrible, but if Kanye West is buying it, and I should pull up that meme that Elon Musk tweeted out, because that motherfucker's wild. Yeah, look at this crazy motherfucker. I couldn't find it on his actual account. I don't know if he deleted it or some shit like that, but that's absolutely hilarious, okay? You got the fusion dance between, what, Trunks and Goten? Is that what that one is? It must be from one of the fucking films. I'm not entirely sure. I think that's what it was. But yeah, you got Elon Musk buying out Twitter, and then you got Kanye West buying out Parler, and then fun times ahead. Yes indeedy, sir. Billionaire musician Kanye West, because he has nowhere else to put his money, so he just figured, fuck it, might as well just go out there and buy a social media platform, is buying Parler, the free speech championing social media app that rose to prominence amid allegation that rival Twitter was suppressing conservative voices. That's why I hope my prediction that Elon Musk just buys Twitter and then shuts the fucking lights off, I hope that comes true, because that would be so funny. I just want to see all of this shit burn at this point, because I could give less of a fuck about what's going on. Parler, which bills itself as the world's pioneering, uncancelable free speech platform. Was that after they got their own web hosting services? Because they were pretty cancelable beforehand. Just wondering. Announced the purchase agreement in principle in a press release on October 17th, the same day that West joined the service. Oh, okay, cool. I'd have to crack open the old account once again. I don't know if I canceled that one or not. Maybe it's just still open in the ether, because that'd be funny as fuck. Anyways, and I think, Trump's Truth Social just finally got the fucking Android app ready to go. I don't know, man. I just want to see how Twitter ends up ultimately going down because, oh, man, nothing would make me happier. Nothing would make me happier. But ultimately, at the end of the day, Elon will buy it. Not much will change over there. I just want to see what the rest of this shit is going to do. I don't know ultimately how this is going to work for Parler, but it's fun. I think Elon said it best. Fun times are ahead. In a world where conservative opinions are considered to be controversial, we have to make sure that we have the right to freely express ourselves. West, who was legally changed his name to Ye, said in a statement. It's so fucking weird, and the fact that they have to put that in every single time just cements its... Fuck it, I'll just say it's stupidity. Parler was not disclosed how much West will pay for the platform. I could have bought the motherfucker. Let's keep it a buck. Nobody was using the platform, okay? This is going to give it a shot in the arm. Where it goes from there is ultimately on Parler, because everybody had a fucking Parler account. Everybody, at least that I know, everybody that I was following, okay? And remember, all of those big Exodus campaigns, and everybody was signing up over there. And then, in an instant, oh, you guys organized on January 6th over there, right? And then it was gone. And then it just came out that, oh, Facebook was actually where it was all organized. And what happened to Facebook? Oh, right, they're on the right side of history. Okay. The proposed acquisition will assure Parler a future role in creating an uncancelable ecosystem where all voices are welcome. We need to work on a new term, uncancelable, because that's just a little flumpy. I'll just say it. George Farmer. He's a farmer. The CEO of Parliament Technologies, the parent company of Parler. I didn't know that. That's weird. Welcomed West's involvement in the platform. Well, welcomed his money. We'll just keep it at that. The deal will change the world. And, let's not get too hyperbolic here, okay? Because we're going to kick all the Jews off the... Oh, no, wait, no. The change the way the world thinks about free speech. Okay, wonderful. I thought that was originally what you guys were trying to do. Anyways, he is making a groundbreaking move into free speech media space and will never have a fear being removed from the social media again. Yeah, because he bought the motherfucker, so he's not going to get kicked off of his own platform here. So yeah, Kanye West continues to be absolutely hilarious, okay? He comes back after having to deal with a crazy woman trying to keep his kids away from him. Goes out there, has his old fashion show because the dude is, well, he's kind of a fashion genius. Has a bold statement that white people's lives matter and spurgs out, and everybody's saying how racist it is. Then he gives a bunch of interviews, and then he starts saying uncomfortable truths, and people want him canceled and taken off of all of the platforms that are out there. And then he has a bold statement about, yeah, fentanyl probably played a role in killing George Floyd. We're just going to go ahead and sue him. And he's like, fuck it. If I want to say whatever the fuck I want, I'm just going to go out there and buy a platform for myself. Hey, guess what? If you don't like what's out there, you just make your own service. Cool. Not like that though. Because the people that don't like Kanye, the people who would give him the uncharitable interpretation of his statements, like saying how he's attacking Jewish people. We read the statements. We read all of the statements that he's made. And we caught you guys right up to speed on this. I legitimately, you could interpret it in certain ways by saying that, oh, he said that Jews run the banks, Jews run the media, therefore they have their fingers, I don't know, they have their heel on our necks, and but they aren't Minnesota police officers, some dumb shit like that. You'd have to be going in with a certain bias in order to indict him on his words like that. I don't see it there. Personally, you could see it there if you're a motivated party, obviously, but long and short of it is, this Kanye train is completely going off the tracks, and you do love to see it. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.